entre los matorrales.
Sí, pero voy a hacer zoom.
Parece una cabra, ¿no?
Pero está de pie.
¡Hostia! ¡Corre, corre, corre! ¡Se metió al arbusto!
I know the internet is flooded with fake creature videos, which is exactly why I carefully selected these clips myself after extensive research into whether creatures like these were ever believed to exist. And disturbingly, they were. Some are even said to still exist today, from quiet backyards where small hairy figures vanish into tree holes to deep forests where horned beings stand watching before they suddenly charge. From dark rivers where fishermen are dragged beneath the water to empty streets where tall figures walk calmly under streetlights. These creatures are disturbing not just because of how they look, but because they resemble things many believe have been quietly influencing our world from the shadows. A strange creature was caught on camera late at night lying low on the ground while an elderly woman fearlessly sat on its body and struck its head repeatedly with a stick.
Estate quieto, cabrón, ni los marranos se me revelaban así. Aprendí esto criando marranos. Y tú ni chilla bonito. Ahorita te amarro.
The creature looked skeletal, thin and unusually still, barely reacting as the woman continued hitting it with shocking confidence. The woman appeared calm, not screaming or panicking, which unsettled many viewers more than the creature itself. Some observers believe she knew exactly what she was dealing with, possibly from past encounters. Others feel the creature appeared weak or sick, which explains the lack of resistance. What unsettles viewers most is the absence of fear. Was this experience familiar to her, or was something else controlling the situation? This next video shows a strange humanoid figure that was caught on CCTV stepping out of a bush late at night behind a residential house. The creature spread its arms wide, revealing long hair, visible clothing, and unnervingly intense eyes before calmly walking toward the back door and knocking. The camera owner, believed to be a homeowner reviewing footage the next morning, later shared that no one was outside when checked. Many viewers argue it could be a disturbed person or prankster. Others insist its stiff movements and timing felt unnatural. Critics online debated whether the knocking was deliberate intelligence or instinctive behavior. If it was human, why approach silently from bushes instead of a road? A tall figure was recorded walking across a quiet street at night under dim streetlights. The creature wore a long white garment stopping near the knees, exposing unusually long legs, and briefly raised both arms while passing parked cars. The neighborhood appeared empty, with no visible pedestrians. Several people think it resembles traditional folklore apparitions due to the clothing and posture. Others argue it could be a tall individual using costume illusion amplified by camera angle. From my perspective, the slow, deliberate pace feels intentional, almost performative, as if aware of being watched. Was this an accidental capture, or did the figure know the camera was there? This clip shows a strange four-legged creature that was caught on camera entering a house entrance during the night. It walked slowly toward a closed door where a doormat sat neatly in place, its tail dragging slightly behind. The creature's body proportions looked wrong, too low, too stretched, and its movements lacked the rhythm of any known domestic animal. Some viewers suggest it could be a dog with deformities or mange. Others believe the gait rules that out completely. What makes this clip eerie is the creature's confidence, entering a human space without hesitation. If it wasn't familiar with the house, why move so comfortably toward the door? An unknown creature resembling a Wendigo-like figure was recorded deep in a forest at night.
Oh my God.
It appeared with horn-like structures resembling tree stems, spear-shaped ears, and a humanoid body. The creature walked slowly at first, then suddenly charged toward the camera while emitting a harsh sound. The person filming, likely an outdoor explorer, screamed and dropped the camera. Many online commentators believe the design is too elaborate to be coincidence. Others argue it's a staged costume. In my analysis, the sudden shift from slow movement to aggression feels calculated. Could something evolve to mimic forest shapes for concealment, or is fear filling in the gaps? A group of strange creatures was caught on camera emerging from dark woods at night. Several figures appeared briefly before retreating while one jumped down from a tree. 3 men, possibly local hunters or villagers, approached with a rope, net, and short stick, attempting to restrain it. One man threw the rope, but the creature escaped back into the forest. People watching this footage believe the men had prior knowledge of the creature's presence. Others think curiosity overpowered caution. What stands out is their willingness to engage instead of fleeing. Why risk approaching something unknown at night unless they had encountered it before? A lone creature was recorded walking majestically through a forest path. It paused, bent down, picked up a long stick, lifted it and placed it back down before continuing forward. The movement looked deliberate, almost thoughtful, not animalistic. Some people think this suggests intelligence or learned behavior. Others argue it could be a human with abnormal posture obscured by darkness. Personally, the calmness of the act stands out. It wasn't rushing or hiding. It behaved like it belonged there. If animals avoid unnecessary objects, why would this creature interact with one so casually? 2 unknown creatures were caught on camera in a river during the night while a fisherman struggled in the water. The fisherman, likely a local working late, threw his net toward the riverbank attempting to escape, but the creatures dragged him back. Using a candle placed on the bank, he waved the flame, causing them to retreat long enough for him to escape. Viewers believe this suggests fear of fire, a trait found in many legends. Others think panic distorted perception. What remains unsettling is the fisherman's instinctive reaction. Why reach for fire unless he believed it would work? This next footage shows a strange four-legged creature crawling out of shadows inside a barn at night. Its skeletal frame and unnatural gait stood out as it approached a white goat tied near a bucket. A dog noticed first, barking aggressively and charging toward the creature. The footage cut abruptly before any outcome was shown. Many viewers suggest the dog's reaction confirms something was wrong. Others say dogs react unpredictably at night. From my standpoint, animals often sense danger before humans do. If this was harmless, why did the dog respond with such urgency? This clip shows a strange reptilian creature that was reportedly filmed in the Black Sea from a small boat. Something long and serpentine moved beneath the surface, briefly revealing a neck and body resembling ancient marine reptiles. Those on the boat watched in confusion as it glided past. Some commentators claim it resembles a plesiosaur. Skeptics insist it's waves or known marine life. Still, marine biologists admit large unexplored zones exist. If oceans hide species we've never cataloged, how confident can we really be about what's impossible? A resident relaxing on his porch at night captured something disturbing near his neighbor's house. A white figure appeared suddenly, hopping repeatedly in an unnatural motion before disappearing into darkness. The man filming whispered in confusion, clearly unsure of what he was seeing. People online believe it could be someone wearing loose clothing. Others argue the jumping pattern defies normal movement. From my analysis, the lack of sound and rhythm feels off. Was this someone intentionally trying to scare the neighborhood, or something moving the only way it could? Now, a dog and a giant lizard were caught on camera during a tense encounter on a road.
Nossa, levantou.
Toma vergonha essa cara, Nico.
Pega ele, vai! Pega ele! Vai, Nick!
The dog barked aggressively as the large reptile advanced, stopped, then charged again. A person's voice shouted for the dog to retreat. Viewers think the lizard behaved defensively, not aggressively. Others believe it was asserting dominance. The chaos unfolded quickly, showing how unpredictable wildlife encounters can be. What's unsettling is the size and confidence of the reptile. If creatures this large can appear so suddenly, how many close encounters go unrecorded? An unknown wolf-like creature was filmed attacking trekkers in a forest in Madhya Pradesh at night. The group, likely amateur hikers, screamed as the creature lunged, dragging one person before turning toward another. The footage shook violently as panic set in. Some believe it was a wild animal driven by hunger. Others argue its behavior seemed targeted. People discussing this clip suggest fear amplified the threat. Still, forests are unpredictable at night. When survival instincts kick in, how reliable is human perception under extreme fear? A strange hairy creature was caught on camera in the backyard of a house, briefly emerging from an open bowl before disappearing into a dark hole in a nearby tree.
What is that? It's so hairy. Oh my gosh. It went in there. Look at all that fur. Whoa.
The person filming whispered in shock, repeatedly saying how hairy it looked and expressing disbelief as it vanished quickly. The creature's movements were fast but controlled, suggesting familiarity with the environment rather than panic. Some viewers believe it could be a small animal like a possum or rodent, but others point out that its size, speed, and texture don't fully match known backyard wildlife. What unsettles people most is how confidently it retreated into that tree, as if that hiding place was already home. A tiny creature was caught on camera in a swamp forest, emerging suddenly from a hole in a rock before running across wet terrain. As it came out, the creature briefly paused, shook one of its hands in a strange, almost deliberate motion, then darted through shallow water and disappeared. The pause is what caught viewers' attention, as animals typically flee immediately when exposed. Some people think the movement resembles folklore depictions of swamp spirits or small humanoid beings. Others insist it must be an edited clip or misidentified animal. From my perspective, that brief hesitation feels intentional, raising the question of whether it was reacting to being watched. A man was filmed holding a cage with a tiny humanoid-like creature trapped inside while he calmly spoke to the camera.
Caught him up on the ridge there, just past the wall. You see the flock behind? He's been spooking them for weeks. Easy now, you feisty wee thing. Can't let him off till I decide what to do with him.
The creature appeared to have hair, beard-like features, and spear-shaped ears, struggling actively inside the cage as it moved back and forth. The man showed no fear, treating the situation as controlled and ordinary. Many viewers argue this must be staged due to the creature's unusual appearance. Others believe its movements look organic rather than mechanical. What stands out is the ethical discomfort viewers expressed. If this were real, why display it like an object? Even if fake, the scene taps into deep fears about discovery and exploitation. A strange horned creature was caught on camera in a forest in Burgos, Spain, standing motionless while staring at two boys.
¿Lo ves ahí? Entre los matorrales. Sí, pero voy a hacer zoom.
Parece una cabra, ¿no?
Pero está de pie.
¡Hostia! ¡Corre, corre, corre! ¡Se metió al arbusto!
The creature had glowing eyes and two ram-like horns, remaining still for several seconds before suddenly charging toward them. The boys screamed and ran as the footage shook violently during their escape. Some believe it could be a person wearing a costume meant to scare locals. Others argue the eye reflection and proportions don't look human. What many found disturbing was the pause before the chase, almost like the creature was assessing them. Predators often behave this way. Was this instinctive behavior or something rehearsed? An unknown creature with a human-like head and a bird-like body was caught on camera perched on a rock. The creature remained still at first, then slowly turned its head, spread its wings, and flew away smoothly into the distance. Viewers were divided, with some believing it was simply a bird captured at an unusual angle. Others noted that the head shape and body proportions appeared off compared to known species. What fascinated many was how calm the creature seemed, showing no panic despite being observed. Across different cultures, similar hybrid beings appear in ancient stories. Are these just myths or reflections of misunderstood encounters?